So again, I have the same problem. So in this item-based filtering, the first step is the remain the same, guys. So we have to create a user item rating matrix. So I'm just taking the same example, guys. So we have a customer C1, C2, C3. C1 purchased the item only A1. C2 purchased the item A and C and A and C, and this time customer C3 purchase only the item A and C. Okay, so these are the user item matrix. So based on the purchase history, we can create this user item matrix. Then after that, the second thing is different here, guys. We have to create a item. We have to make a item correlation. So if you go back and check the user-based filtering, in the user-based filtering, or just user filtering, what we are doing is we are creating the user-user correlation. But here we are doing the item-item correlation. Okay, so if we have item A, B, and C, so what I will do is I will check the correlation between A to B, A to C, and B to C. Okay, so I will check all the correlation between the items, and when the items are very large, so definitely the correlation calculation will be the high. Then after that, I will check the items which are the highly correlated. It means that I will check the correlation between A, B, and AC, and check that which two items are the correlated. And the same concept we are using, we are calculating the similarity matrix, or another day we call it as a cosine similarities. Okay, so we have the cosine similarities, and cosine similarities formula will remain the same. That A will be represented by a vector, B is also represented by a vector, and the similarity means that we are calculating the angle between the two vectors, and the smaller the angle, more will be the correlation. Okay, and formula that we are using is cos theta equal to your A into B, A vector into B vector, divided by A square into B square. Okay, so these are the things we have, and also we are also use somewhere you will see these things that you will see that like somewhere we are using the adjusted cosine similarities. Okay, so adjusted cosine similarity is nothing but normalized form of cosine similarities. Okay, so you can use either the cosine similarities or the adjusted cosine similarities. The output will remain the same. So when you found that, when you figure out the highly correlated customer, for example, you found that hey, item A and the item B are the highly correlated items. Or let's make it item C, because in this scenario, item AC will work. Okay, in this example, we will AC example will replace. Okay, so we found that item A and C are the highly correlated items. So now I will check that item A is purchased by the customer C1. Item A is purchased by the customer C1 and the C2. And item C is purchased by the customer C2 and the C3. Okay. So now as the item C is not purchased by the, wait a minute guys, so item C is item A is purchased by C1 and the C2, and item, wait a minute guys, we just mix up the things. Item A is purchased by the C1 and the C2, and item C is purchased by the C2 and the C3. So we can see that item C is not purchased by the item C1, right? So because item A is purchased by C1 and the C2, and item C is purchased by the C2 and the C3. So it is not purchased by the item C1, guys, right? It's not purchased by the customer C1. So what we will do is, as C is related to the item A, which is purchased by the customer C1. So what we will do is, we will recommend the item C to the customer C1. Okay guys, I'm just explaining these things again. We just purchased this list guys, that which item is purchased by the which customer. So we found that item A is purchased by the customer C1 and the C2. Item C is purchased by the C12 and the C3. As item C1 is item C and the item A is highly correlated, then we will check the customer. So we can say that item C is not purchased by the customer C1. And as A and C are the highly correlated, then we can recommend the item C to the customer C1. Okay, so this is the recommended system guys for the item based filtering. So any doubt in this part, or you want me to repeat these things again? Are you clear with these things guys, or you want me to repeat because it's a bit complex, although the whether it's a user based similarity or the item based similarities, the overall concept is remain the same. But if you want to repeat these things item based, I can repeat that. Anyone who has the doubt guys?